NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in April, the rookie from Clemson, Trevor Lawrence.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. Now Lawrence on first down. And his first pass is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go play action now. Lawrence sliding out of the pocket. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
This is taken at about the 14. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. Pretty good, as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold, because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, it became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007 to win 2 straight rushing titles, and he did it with style too. Just the 8th man to top 2,000 yards, and the first since Adrian Peterson in 2012. He has his sights set on another 2,000-yard season.
On play action, it's Brady. Flush to his right, and he wisely will throw that one away. This defense for the Niners, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. To throw is Brady. He completes it to Beckham. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Chase Young. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating 1st downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that 1st round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
From the shotgun, Lawrence steps away. Pushes him aside at the 45. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to they'll feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And Akers, he is not going to get there. They mark him short of the first. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the first quarter. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll run for it with Akers. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Remember, that was fourth and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and fourth and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 14.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Lawrence throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. And his kick is indeed good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
his throw there, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Brady to throw again. His throw incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The Jaguars on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Brady to throw. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big connection on that one. 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Brady. He finds his target, Beckham. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the Jags are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets him down to about the 4-yard line. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Derrick Henry with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 10-3. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback. And they'll begin at the 25. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. From the 31, Lawrence. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. From midfield now, Lawrence. Dancing to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Lawrence. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Rolling to his right. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Airing one out for Boyd. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. They'll roll him out right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. So we hit the half. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Second half begins with a run by Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. This will go to Henry out wide. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Yannick Ngakoue make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play. Just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. Touchdown, Jaguars. Henry runs 77 yards. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Extra point now by Boswell. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Brown, he lost the football, and the Jags grab it, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A handoff to Fournette, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle, because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play action. Now it's Brady. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Henry runs
with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Boswell for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again here with Akers. Bust through the tackle. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
On first down, Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Lawrence's throw complete there to St. Brown. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. It's Akers.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd down at 5.
Again, it's Henry. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Now Brady. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars.
Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Fournette again.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Leonard Fournette, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars appear to be headed to a 9-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead. good with the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. That's out to the flat for Akers. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Working with a 2nd and 3. Now Lawrence to throw. On the move to his... And the ball is knocked out. And the Jags grab it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
Let's go. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54, Mike. Hey, let's get that home. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Hey, ball 66.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. He completes it to Boyd. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a play fake. Brady. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the 49ers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now Lawrence. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Again, it's Lawrence. Throwing right, and that's complete. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Looking to throw again on second down. Lawrence over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Here's Lawrence. Open man right side is Ingram. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Lawrence going to throw again. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Brady going to look to throw. And he will find his man Ruggs. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. So this will be a win for Jacksonville.